Welcome, guys, to Kel's and Betsy podcast, where we are focused on raising capital, investing with purpose. So, whether you are a new investor or an experienced investor, even looking to start a business, understanding the art of raising private capital is crucial in today's competitive landscape. Join us as we navigate the complex realm of attracting investors, securing funding, and building meaningful relationships that fuel your business growth. All right. Welcome, guys. I'm your host, Kalisha, and I got my co host, Betsy. What's up? What's up? Welcome to another show. What's going on?
Yes, we got another show. We're really, really excited every time. We get so pumped up about being here with you guys and just sharing a little bit about what we are learning and what we're constantly growing and even like the bad and the ugly too. We get to learn from all our experiences, good and bad. So we're going to talk about something that happened that we were like, whoa, this has never happened before. What is this? And we
So,
want to talk about it a little bit. So, yeah, I'm really excited. How about you? How are you doing?
pretty good. I'm ready for to dive into this. I mean, I touched on it a little bit on my social media. So I'm excited to dive in. But right before we dive in, you want to hit them with that disclaimer.
Before we dive in, the disclaimer is that the following information is for educational purposes only. Please do your own due diligence. We do not provide financial, legal, or professional advice. Every case is different, and we're going to share one example of that. You guys will see. But thank you guys so much for following our channel. Thank you because you guys are there. We see you guys' comments, just your following, and just being able to give us that pathway so that we can share what we are doing and just be more productive and more purposeful in what we do. So I love that you guys are very, very encouraging. Just I love reading all your comments. It's really cool. I know I had one comment. They were like, "Whoa, I didn't think you were going to answer that," and I was like, "We answer all of them. We
Wow.
try to at least." So, yes, thank you so much. And you guys can listen on all podcast stations, all major podcast stations. We will be there. So, straight to your ears, no visuals.
So like today we're talking about a title company that distribute or the funds to the wrong persons, and these funds were from a or private money lender. So we're just gonna chat about it. So this property it was in Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, I don't know how I forgot that.
It was one of the first properties that we funded together. One
No,
of like the
would it
yeah,
be?
it was like in the first month.
No, so this one, it would be it's the most recent one. I think you're mixing it up with the first property we did in Georgia. That was a different one. This one
Oh,
was when there's a
oh yeah,
whole there's a whole thread, and we have
yes.
title, we have the sellers, we have buyers, we have the private money lenders on this property on this email thread, and we sent the terms to the title company. Hey, can you just draft the promissory note? Do you trust all those documents? And even before that, we sent the terms and told them where the funds will be coming from, blah, blah, blah. They acknowledged receipt of the email and even acknowledging the receipt. I mean, I think after a week or 2 weeks, rather, we kept asking, like, all right, guys, do you have the paperwork? Because we know that this private money lender, their funds was coming from a self-directed IRA account. So
Yeah, and wasn't it this one where they, like, kept pushing and they didn't ask for all the paperwork until, like, the very last minute? Like, it was supposed to close, like, a okay,
So
so
no,
then
that's the thing. So this one, they knew the time that it would close and everything. And for those who don't know, when funds are coming from a self-directed IRA account, the lender needs time for their custodian to review the documents. They also need time once the documents are reviewed, approval, like maybe take another 1 to 2 days or 1 to 3 days for those funds to be transferred. So we gave the title company a heads up, and we're like, hey, It's coming from X account. We're gonna need time for them to review the documents, and then we need time just in case there are changes and for the funds to be wired, all that good stuff. Explain all the process to them, send an email, and even explain all of that. They kept ignoring and ignoring in terms of they were doing their own thing, basically. Like whatever their process was, they didn't care about the buyer side, the PML side. They were just doing their thing because I think they just wanted to get the deal done and they were listening more to the seller, which is kind of crazy because the buyers was the one who hired them to use them for
Mhm.
title and not the sellers. And I think after that, like when the PML was on the thread and they kept messaging me and they're like, wait, Kalisha, are they not seeing your responses that you're sending? Where it got so bad, the lender responded on the thread and they still ignore the lender that's on the thread multiple times. And the lender was like, something's fishy. That it so happened that another investor was having issues with that same title company. And it's the same thing that was happening to that other investor too. So we're like, oh, well, what are the odds that we're going through the same thing with this title company? And long story short is the worst thing was they provided a HUD, arranged for signing docs with a mobile notary, sent the wrong documents for the PML to sign after we told them there are going to be corrections. So after we tell you we need time to approve a document, why go ahead and still order, get the arrange for a mobile notary to go to the location for signing when we still didn't even approve the HUD? We've been telling you the HUD is incorrect multiple times. We still didn't even approve, the lender didn't approve the promissory note, the deed, the mortgage deed, like, and you guys still arrange all of that. And even after that, there were so many other things that was wrong. We're like, you know what? We're in the middle of it. We're just gonna get it fixed. And then I think it's after their like funds were transferred or distributed. And we kept looking in accounts and there's nothing. We're like, then where did the funds go? Because I'm like, for on our end, we're like, okay, we just need to make sure fund everything is good so our lender can get the paperwork that they need so they can give it to their custodian. They can have the closing docs.
Yeah.
And she was like, I don't know what's going on. I am clueless. And you keep responding to the emails and they're not even responding. And then after they're like, closing successful, blah, blah, blah. Here are the closing docs. And we're like, where are the funds? Where did the funds go? And they kept ignoring us. And I think we were talking to the partner that we did on the deal. We're like, okay, it's been a week and no one knows what's going on. No one can give us an answer. And if if they keep ignoring us, we're gonna have to get an attorney involved because this is crazy. And it so happened that maybe approaching 2 weeks, I think maybe this person was the office manager, or I don't know who this person was in the company. They stepped in on the email thread to be like, they're gonna deal with it and figure out what was going on. Took them another week. So we're now in week 3. And even when they came in, they disappeared. They just stopped responding. And they kept telling us the funds were transferred XYZ, blah, blah, blah. And I think they figured it out where the funds went, that they sent it to the wrong person. And thank God they figured, I don't know what they would have done if
I know. Did you what was their response? I didn't see, like, their response when they
Mhm.
were like, "Oh my gosh, this was sent to the wrong person." Was that a phone call?
No, that part I honestly don't remember how they figured that out. But I think it's just in the thread. I think maybe they said something and we said that's not us or that wasn't our info. I don't remember exactly what it was. But it's something like, let's say they're sending us like a confirmation that it was sent. And we're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, that's not our info. Like we already sent you the email, what our info was." And that's how they picked it up. And I think after that, it took them a couple of days to even
Mhm.
respond to our email.
Yeah, I
Uh,
remember those days where we were like, "Oh my god, like, what's gonna happen?" We were like, "Should we get an attorney?" We were talking about it, like, "Should we get an attorney? Like, what are the next steps for this?" Because what?
yeah, man.
That's why it's really important to get, like, ins your title companies get to that they have their own insurance because
Mhm.
like things
Right.
like this apparently happen. It
It
shouldn't happen.
happens a lot, and I was sharing it with another investor yesterday too. That we're just talking about it. And I was telling them like, I think for the entire month of 2023, every closing that I've done up to this point, there has been issues with title. So it's like no matter what, like you can send all the details, all the info for title, they are gonna make mistakes, like multiple mistakes. So even if you're completely new, nothing hurts like asking someone else, hey, can you just review this HUD for me to see if
Mhm.
there's any issues or because we can miss things. So
Yeah.
it's
So
just good
we
to
what
have
we started doing to mitigate that was just hire a TC company.
Mhm. Yeah. But even that too, even when you have a TC, I think the mistakes that title companies make, it's beyond. Because as I said, like you
Yeah.
can see things in writing. And what else can you're hoping that they should know what to do. They're put in place for these type of things. So you can send all, I've seen it multiple times, you send an outline of what needs to be done, what document, what the lender terms are. You literally break it down, here the lender info, here's wire instructions. And a lot of them too, the title company will call. I know title company that will call you to confirm the wiring instructions before they even distribute the funds. But I don't know. It's like they're bound to make mistakes. I'm just gonna say that. So you
Yeah.
have to
So
review
just be
honestly
on top of it.
and
Being
have
on top of
like always have things in writing. But luckily, they got the money back because if they didn't, we'll be telling a whole other story. So
a whole headache because it was no, it was awful.
it was like
But we're
never.
barely coming out of that one. We got more funds for that property
Mhm.
to be able to use it for an exit, but we were like, okay, we need to open escrow, but we don't want to do it with this title company anymore. Let's just change.
And the funny
Uh,
thing is that even with that new title company, there's also issues with that. That's a whole nother story. There's also issues with that title company. So it's like, man, it's like every title company is horrible based on my experience and what I've dealt with. The best title company that I've dealt with is in Tennessee. That's literally like oh my god, my best experience is with two different title companies in Tennessee. That's the only good experience that I've had in my entire career. Not in
yeah.
Florida or Texas. Like no. That's
There's
a whole
a new title company that they actually reached out to me and they're kind of going around in the sub two community. They're opening here in Florida and Georgia. And I'm really excited. I'm about to try them out to see how they are. I've heard good things from other students. So I'm excited. I'll let you know, Kalisha.
because I wanna know and see
And
how
they're
that.
spreading to other states too. So I'm just like, okay, I hope, if
I think
it
it's
works
always
out.
doing their transaction, like they can overpromise, but it's actually going through the process. Then you're like, okay, this works. This is who I'm sticking with. Let's keep it moving and do more transactions.
Mhm.
As you said, like it's really you just honestly, guys, you have to just put everything in writing and prepare for the worst case scenario. And if things happen, just again always having to write it and have a plan B, like if this happens or what do I do next, if you're not sure, ask for help. This is happening, what should I do, any advice or blah blah. And if needed to get an attorney, get an attorney involved. It's going to cost you extra dollars, but it's also going to save you time and get things resolved, especially if you're waiting for funds for a project and then your project is just standing still and you don't have that money and you can't
Yeah,
use.
that's costs.
But no, that was literally it. You wanna take
Yeah.
us out?
Yes, thank you so much, you guys, for being here, for watching this episode. You guys can visit us on our website at kelsandbetsy.com
Mhm.
or like, subscribe to at Kels and Betsy. So we are very, very happy and thankful for you guys. If you are looking to raise capital for a new business, a new venture, or just to expand your knowledge, we are here. So we are very, very excited that you guys are here listening to us so that you guys can start raising capital. So,
And yep. So
sorry, I got distracted. You guys, sorry, someone's coming
I was like,
downstairs.
okay, she's definitely distracted.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank you
someone
guys.
came into the video, but thank you guys so that yeah, so you guys can start raising capital and investing with purpose.
Bye, guys.